It'll make you smile. Some people it'll make you go, ugh. There was a young lady that I worked with years and years ago with Grumman Electronics. She started dating a guy. She worked in the warehouse and she started dating a guy in a different department. And I worked in I was a part expediter, so I found out he was dipping tobacco. Oh, and she hated it. And this was back before we had computers and telephones that we could Google anything we want. So she goes to the library and she does research on tobacco use. And she had all kinds of pictures of people with their jaws rotted off and their mouth rotted. I mean, it was some gross looking pictures that she had. And she brought it back in article after article. She gave it to this young man. So he quit and they got engaged. And then one day, well, they added a second shift, and this young man worked on the second shift. And one day, as I was leaving work, I met him, and he had a chew in his mouth. And I told a young man that worked with Susan, she was the young lady that was engaged to this young man that chewed tobacco, and he had a chew in his mouth. And so I told Lee, a young lady young man that worked with Susan in the warehouse the next morning. I told him what I saw. And he said, Luther, he said, you need to write a poem about that. I said, write a poem about that. I said, well, Susan had been wanting me to write a poem about her and whatever, I forget what her husband or fiance's name was. He said, you need to write it about that. You need to write it about him chewing tobacco. So, I should not have done it because I think I don't know. I don't think she got mad at me, but she was disappointed. And we shouldn't laugh at things, but I've gotten a lot of smiles and I guess a lot of miles out of this poem, entertaining people with it, and at the expense of a young lady. And I feel bad about that because I love her, and if I knew where she was today, I'd probably give her a hug and apologize. But I still want to share this because it's caused a lot of thoughts, a lot of smiles, and a lot of yeah. So I want to read this to you, and it's called Honey Lips. Um, when you look upon his lip and see the honey from it drip, you marvel at how sweet he is, then decide to steal a kiss. But when you kiss those lips of honey, then you realize something's funny. Now the news is out and loose. That honey's just tobacco juice. That's it. That's it.